Well, man, welcome to another one of my videos. This video will be about some quotes and posts and realizations throughout my day, but particularly after I tell you guys the quotes and stuff, I'm going to be sharing a afterwards reflecting contemplation of when I got done meditating. And when I was meditating, I freed myself from this phobia and fear of this one movie I watched. So, before we get into that, the title of this video, we'll start off with this. If there is only one of us, then if there is someone suffering, that is you too. There is no duality whatsoever. You are merely projecting your own ideas. Next, your world is of talk. In mine there is eternal silence. My silence sings. My emptiness is full. I lack nothing. I cannot know you cannot know my world until you are there. Discrimination will bring detachment, and that will ensure right action. And right action will build the inner bridge to your real being. Let go before you die. The next morning, Ramdas comes down to breakfast on his chair elevator. He looks sad and says, Kush died last night. He was such a good cat. I know it is hard. Kush had been with Ramdas for 13 years. For the last several years, he had slept on Ramdas's chest every night, breathing together with him. He was one of my spiritual guides, Ramdas says. We vowed to let him die in his own way, not getting shots to hasten it, and he did. We all felt sad. Later that day, we will bury Kush in the garden, chanting his way to his afterlife. After breakfast, I walked down the road from Ramdas's house. My heart is with Kush, but my body feels good striding along. I've been sitting a lot. It's cool for Maui, a good temperature for walking. A dog visits me. The ordinary moments of life are becoming more precious. When I get back, I decided to listen to a talk Ramdas once gave about what happens after death. When you die, where your consciousness is at the moment of death is a reflection of your level of evolution. If you are ready for the transformation that occurs at the moment of death, when there is a dissolving of the control mechanism and an intensification of all the energies, and you are not identified with all that so that you have equanimity through it, you can witness from a place of presence. You can witness the entire process of dying, and your consciousness doesn't flicker. Most people, however, are attached to some way of looking at the world. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. I'm reading Ram Dass's book, The Grist for the Mill. I have all of his books. I've been reading them over and over. Here's an excerpt from it. So we dress in silver sequins with golden blumps, and that makes us special, and everybody says you're special. But then when we look around and we get a sense of another reality, an awareness of presence, a place within us starts to draw us as inevitable or irrevocable as a flame draws a moth. For a long time, maybe many lifetimes, we'll keep soaring in close and getting our wings singed. Now, whether our wings are being singed, whether the fire purifies us or destroys us, depends on who we think we are. Because the fire can only burn our stash of clinging. The fire doesn't burn itself, and in truth, we are the fire. Now, we'll get to the story. I just got done meditating, and I typed it out. It's all God, it's all the one, and no matter where you are or where you're going or think you're going, it's all the one, it's all Satguru. It all came from him, and it will all, every little detail, return unto and into itself again. No matter what fears or phobias you have, or traumas or delusions, eventually you come to be truth, now and forever and always. Nothing can change this eternal truth that is you. Say in an incarnation, you're a delusional psychopath imagining family to be alive when they're not because of an accident happened, and your mind shows you bringing them to the hospital when really you've been asking nurses where they are and if they're okay, and they don't know what you're talking about. And the whole time you put them in the back of your trunk because you can't accept the fact or because there's so much you're in shock. Well, eventually, since all of them, the nurses, you including, along with your mind, which is not who you really are, will come and go, And when it all leaves, there will only be truth, because it's all impermanent and in time, and you're not in time and space. It's all one beyond that. You're part of it all, and knowing this, you become sane. You see, I just freed myself from thoughts and a fear about a movie I saw, with the moral of the story being that which I just explained. I see now that no matter what, I'm free, and there is just that blissful, loving beingness always in control in the end and guiding us ever so gently. Delusion will pass. It has no choice but to. It's just how it is. It's a part of the unfolding of the universe, and the universe maintains its purity, its bliss, love, interconnectedness, clarity, and rightness and balance. You must embrace all of it. You are all of it. Embrace all the good and the evil, everything you can possibly think of, with equanimity, light, love, and absolute compassion. Appreciate it all, and you then become infinite compassion. You have the capacity to hold the 10,000 evils and sorrows of life and the 10,000 virtues and joys of life, and that power is infinitely your nature. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I mean, it's true, because the mind and the delusions aren't in time either. You're beyond body and mind. Ramra, thank you for joining. I love you all.